The reason why you're in a rut and are not making progress on NoFap is quite obvious. Now, quite a few months ago, I came in from the gym. I have a gym outside, if you don't know, an outdoor gym, proper rig and everything. And I just finished a workout. It was during the week, I remember, and it was a hard workout. It was about an hour. And my dad was like, "Wow, you were wild out there." And I could tell he had a sense of guilt because he see me do the gym and he felt guilty because he hadn't done the gym that day or recently. And he sat down for a good half an hour to an hour and he wrote down a whole workout routine, what he was going to do on each day, all the nutrients he needed, the workouts he was going to do, the exercises, all this stuff. And he still hasn't done the gym to this day. He hasn't done the gym. Spent all that time. He was guilty. He spent probably an hour, a good hour, writing down everything. And this was months ago. And months later, he still hasn't done the gym. And he still tells me all the time, "Oh, I need to get back in the gym." Oh, and once he didn't feel like doing the gym, once he didn't have the motivation to do the gym, he didn't do the gym because he didn't feel motivated. When it actually came to doing it, he didn't feel motivated, so he didn't do the gym. But when he did feel motivated because he wasn't actually doing the gym, he felt motivated to write down a little thing, or because of guilt, because of an increase of dopamine, or yeah, an increase of dopamine from the guilt that he's gotten. But he still hasn't followed through. Once he doesn't feel like it, he doesn't follow through with it. And that is the problem you face on NoFap. You keep watching NoFap videos and you still haven't applied the techniques, the tips that these NoFap YouTubers are actually giving you. Because you're not really trying what they're saying. You forget what they say and then you move on. You're just looking for a high, a dopamine hit. You're just getting your little dopamine high because you just relapsed. And then you go and you forget about what the guy said. And then you come back the next time you relapse and you wonder why you haven't made any progress whatsoever. This camera's a bit low. There. It's a bit better. So, what is my advice? Stop watching NoFap videos. I mean, it's not fucking obvious. If it's not obvious, then I don't know who's gonna help you. Just stop watching NoFap videos. Stop trying to get a little high out of your little NoFap video. Stop watching Hamza. Stop watching me. Stop watching any of the other guys, and forget about NoFap. Forget about what they say. You know, learn, take in their advice, but don't listen to the benefits. Forget about all of that nonsense. Forget about all the vanity, benefits, timeline, all this shit because it doesn't really matter. Forget about NoFap as a whole. I made another video on this. I'm not gonna get in that, but stop watching NoFap content. It's not helping you, quite clearly. So you're just getting little highs after relapsing. You should feel shit about yourself after relapsing on NoFap. You should feel terrible. You should. You shouldn't try to hide that. You shouldn't try to make yourself feel better because that's why you keep relapsing. You keep making excuses and feeling better. So stop watching content because you're escaping guilt and shame like my dad. You're escaping the guilt and shame by feeling good in the moment and then forgetting all about it and then relapsing again. And you're just kind of in that endless cycle. Actually take action. Take action. Actually implement what you've learned, or just go balls to the walls and just see what happens. Or go check out the course. Then you don't have to go balls to the walls, kind of unsure of what will happen. If you want to know how to actually overcome NoFap without having to struggle, without having to step into the unknown, check out the course. It works. I've got a new bonus on there, which also includes the gym. Look at this. Yeah, I know, the guns. If you want to get my personal workout, check that out. If you want to gain the most muscle you can, there you go. So not only will you no longer have to deal with NoFap and worry about sexualizing chicks and all this shit, you don't have to have that. Now you can overcome lust and all this stuff. And on top of that, you can have a good physique and get laid. There you go. 2 for 1. So stop watching entertainment. Stop watching Mr. Beast, Morgs, if he's still around. They're really the only 2 entertainment YouTubers I know, but I bet there's more. There's definitely more. I remember seeing some Minecraft YouTuber. I was thinking, my friends, my other friends told me that, and I said to them, "Are you not a bit young for fucking Minecraft? 15 years old. Fuck me." But stop watching content. Stop consuming. And if you can't really do that, then make a compromise. What I did do till recently was instead I would I'd have a cut-off time. So 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is my cut-off time. Maybe 6 p.m. if you have school. So you want a few hours of, actual deep work, actual work, maybe whatever. 5 p.m., 6 p.m., that is your cut-off. After that, you can eat shit. You can maybe not eat shit, but you can consume content. You can do whatever. But up to that point, you have to work. You have to be focused. You have to read. This is what you can do. Other than consuming content, you can read. You can see the books in the background. I've got more downstairs. Read. Pretty much just solved your social media addiction. Read a book. It's good for you. Well, unless you read like a novel or something, then maybe not, but I don't know. If you if you read self-help books, there you go. You're learning something, and you're gonna improve, you're gonna learn, and you're probably gonna make more money. So there you go. And you're probably gonna be happier, which is just a good feedback loop. So do something more productive with that time. Start a business. Meet a chick. Go for a run. Do the gym. Read a book. Mate, there's loads of shit. Buy a whiteboard and write shit on there. Do maths, whatever you enjoy. And just do that. So you can have a compromise, by all means. If you can't quit social media, or you can't stop watching entertainment content, make a compromise. I've got a compromise now. Well, not really, because I'm not that addicted, but I have Instagram, I have YouTube. Actually, that's Instagram and YouTube, but I've had Twitter and TikTok, and that didn't really work out because I started consuming content. So I made a compromise. Business is business and chicks for Instagram, and YouTube, business. YouTube, well, business and help, obviously. Help you guys and try and grow an audience and also build up a bit of a brand. That's my honest plan. I want to build up an empire. I want to take over the industry. So those are my goals and aspirations. I have that. I'm working towards that. and I have a purpose behind each thing. So if I'm using social media, there's probably a purpose behind it. I'm not there to jerk off and watch Mr. Beast. There you go. So make add a purpose behind it. If you want to be an entrepreneur, add a purpose behind social media. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a vet or something, you want to help animals, or I don't know, anything, you want to be David Goggins, delete social media. You don't need it. Maybe if you want to advertise your vet, I'm just saying a vet because it's come to mind, but if you want to be a vet like that takes care of dogs and birds and shit, you can advertise that on like TikTok or whatever, but don't use that TikTok to scroll. Do your fucking job. You can scroll later in the evening after 5 p.m. That's the compromise. I've made a video. This is kind of like a coma to the video, but I have made a video on post nut clarity, but I have written down a post relapse boost, whatever the fuck waffle that was. But use that post nut clarity. Use it. Don't use it for vanity. Oh, NoFap video. Oh, I want to feel better about myself. No, actually do something. What I used to do was I would train. So after a relapse, I'd eat some nutrients because you lose nutrients after relapsing. After fapping, you lose nutrients, you lose bodily fluids. So ate some food, drank some water, and I did training. I do the gym, I do rugby, I do a run. I'd do something productive. Now you can do training. I remember like I used to do push-ups. I do 100 push-ups. Could even be in the middle of the night. Like I'd wake up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. 100 push-ups. Boom. That would be my kind of because maybe I relapsed before bed, and then I said to myself, okay, this is on me. So, or maybe if I was up until 3 a.m. But whatever. Then I'd do 100 push-ups or sit-ups or anything. It doesn't have to be fitness or anything. You can fucking run around as a dinosaur, whatever. Kind of a forfeit, something to put your energy to. Because I found that after a relapse, I'd get a boost of energy because I'd feel guilty, I'd feel ashamed. So I'd use that energy for something productive. Maybe write a video, maybe start a business. I never started a business after a relapse, but by all means, use that energy. Go meet a girl. Maybe you get this massive boost of energy. So you run down to the center or wherever all the chicks are and you meet a girl. There's so many fucking things you can do with it. It's superpower. I've already made a video on it before. But use that boost. Don't be sitting around wondering why you didn't make progress. Use that post-nut clarity as a superpower. Use it. It shouldn't be an incentive to relapse, but you should use it as a kind of balance. Because you've relapsed, you've tipped the scales, you want to balance it out. So what I did was I started the YouTube channel, and then I kind of fulfilled my purpose. Not this YouTube channel, the one before, and not purpose, but yeah, I guess. And it's getting a bit dark. I used the YouTube channel to kind of burn time, and what that led to was less relapses because I had less time to relapse. So use that. Find a purpose. I've already made a fucking video on this. Like, just check them out, but find a little purpose, something that gets you going, and then keep working on it. So it could be a YouTube channel. Okay, start a YouTube channel. Copy Hamza. I don't fucking know. Whatever you like. Do the gym. Go for runs. Be David Goggins. I don't care. Do something that gets you up in the morning, and you're gonna feel so fulfilled. You're gonna have less time. You're not gonna relapse. Problem solved. I didn't even have that on there. Just kind of came to mind. So try that out. But not. I say recently. Like I wrote this a while ago. That's why I keep fucking getting lost with thought. But recently, when I wrote this video, so I guess recently, I've been watching bops. Dancing. I don't know if I'm using bops as like a right term. Just heard it somewhere. But bops, dancing. Jiggling their arse, all this stuff. Be watching it, and they're dancing. You're just getting a bit of a dopamine spike. That's what I was doing, getting a dopamine boost, feeling good about myself. Be at like the end of the day, and I wouldn't relapse. I just watch it, and then I think, what the fuck am I doing? But I wondered why I wasn't making progress in other areas. Why I was getting held back the next day because I kept spiking my dopamine. So what I did was I looked it up. Okay, what are the effects of softcore porn? And what the guy said was it's just as bad as just watching normal stuff, normal porn. And that's very crucial. You need to be able to reflect, okay, why is this happening? And then implement what has happened. But you do feel a bit stupid, but you need to use what you learn and actually implement it. So many guys I know, I give them fucking shit hot advice. And what the fuck do they do? The other thing. The opposite. Maybe I speak in terms of backwardsness because I don't know how the fuck. Like, with chicks, you give a guy advice, okay, he's talking to a fit chick, good job. And then he goes and fucks it up, but you already told them. Why are you. Like, there was one kid who was texting a girl too much, okay? And he said. He kept, like, he was snapping the girl all the time. And he said to me, why is she not replying? Oh, she's just not into me. And I said, oh no. And then he said, should I snap her again? I said, no, don't snap her again. That's fucking stupid. It just shows you're desperate. What the fuck did he do? Snapped her back. And I said, well, you've already double texted her. You've already snapped her twice. Don't do it again. So he didn't. And then he snapped. And then I said, wait until she snaps you back, because she will. And she did. I said, don't snap her back. What did he do? Or I said, don't open the snap and don't snap her back straight away. What did he do? He opened the snap and then snapped her back. And then started snapping her all the time. She fobbed him off. There you go. So, reflect. Okay, she fobbed you off. Okay, so why did that happen? Did I not take Ruben's advice? Okay, so maybe I should try it this time. He still hasn't done it. He's still chasing chicks. That's why he has no chicks. So, I mean, I've just given you chick advice, but use the same for NoFap. Apply the advice you're given. Reflect on what happened. Okay. If you don't have the answer to it, search it up, by all means. If it's actually going to be productive. But don't relapse and then, why did I relapse? Because you're fucking stupid, that's why. You don't need to search that up. Just try again. If it's something more in depth, like what I just said, by all means, search it up. Why did that happen? Why is this happening? Journal about it. But why you keep relapsing is obvious. I don't know what it is, personally, because I don't know what your problem is, but it's obvious. To you, it should be obvious. So, it's obvious, but you can't see that. That's why usually people, when they give you advice, when they reflect, they're able to give advice on other people, but they can't give advice on themselves. That's why you need to reflect, think about it. What is the problem here? And actually find the solution. The solution is usually quite Simple. So look for a solution. Why you aren't making progress. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and if you have any problems, comment them down below, and have a good day.